Hello, my name is Robin Morrison and I am a gorilla researcher here at Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund. So as a gorilla researcher, I get to do all sorts of interesting things studying gorillas. But one of the things I'm most interested in is gorilla social behavior. So this is all of the different ways that gorillas interact with each other and the relationships that they have with each other. Most gorillas, they live in these social groups, and they can be as small as maybe only 2 or 3 gorillas, or as big as 65 gorillas. So there's all sorts of interesting social behavior going on in those groups. And we get to look at how they interact with each other and how they move around together. So these groups move all the time together, so they're eating together, they're moving around the forest together, and then they build nests in new sites every day, but they build them together. So they're always in these big social groups, and they're always interacting a lot with each other. So one of the difficult things about studying gorilla social behavior, and it's similar to studying any other animal's social behavior, is that actually we can't ask them. So we can't say, who are your 2 closest friends, like you might if you were talking to a human. But instead we have to kind of piece together clues about how their relationships are with other gorillas. So the way we do this is we look at how closely they interact with each other. So often it'll be about how nearby do they choose to be with another gorilla. So this tells us a lot actually in gorilla society, because a lot of their behavior is very subtle. So for example, if one gorilla comes and sits near them, will they stay? Will they tolerate them being near, or will they move a little bit further away? And this tells us a lot about what the relationship between those 2 gorillas is like. Another thing we look at is affiliative behavior. So these are all of the sorts of friendly behaviors that gorillas do. So these can be things like grooming each other, or they can be who do they choose to nap next to. So gorillas do a lot of napping, and they often choose kind of their close friends to nap together with, or maybe their parents, or maybe their siblings, and they'll kind of form a bit of a nap pile together, and that can tell us a lot about the relationships that those gorillas have with each other. So studying relationships is really important. We know in humans and in a whole number of other animals that really good friendships, really strong social relationships can help us be more healthy, more happy, and survive longer. So there's loads of really important things going on in our relationships with our friends. Another really important thing is learning. So in gorillas, they learn a lot from their social relationships, from the other gorillas in their groups. They learn things like what food is good to eat. So when they're very young, they don't know what things are kind of a good gorilla food. And so they learn this from the other gorillas in their group. And they also learn where they can find them. So they're traveling around together through large areas of forest looking for tasty things to eat. And so they learn where those things are, and also when they're ripe, when they're good to eat. They also learn a lot about nest building. So if you look at a baby gorilla, they're often not very good at building their nests at all. But as they grow older, they've learned from their other group members about how to build the best nests. And so just like humans, our relationships, gorilla relationships, are really important for learning. So in humans, some of our most important social relationships are with our teachers, because we learn so much from them. So I wanted to say a very, very big thank you to all of the teachers out there on World Teacher Day for all of their incredible hard work teaching us. Thank you.